Oh God, why? Why? Why Adunola? Why Adunola? Why not me? First, the king blessed her father and made him rich. Now she's marrying a rich prince. Why? Adunola will see. Welcome to part 2 of Adunola and Summisola. In part 1 of this story, Adunola married Prince Ade and they were very happy together. They spent most of their time together in the palace and outside the palace. But her childhood friend Summisola was not happy that she got married to the prince. Despite the joyous union between Adunola and Prince Ade, Summisola's heart festered with envy and resentment. Consumed by this jealousy, she harbored a burning desire for revenge against Adunola because she was convinced that Adunola did not deserve the prince and she did not deserve to become the princess and the future queen. But she did. Summisola plotted in the shadows, her bitterness growing day by day, unable to accept the reality that Adunola was now a princess. Summisola sought solace in the company of a mysterious figure named Erelu. Summisola went deep into the forest to find this woman Erelu, who lived deep into the forest. Erelu, a sorceress, was known for her wicked ways and portions, and she saw the potentials in Summisola's revengeful heart. What brings you here, woman? What do you want here? As Summisola stood in Erelu's hut, Erelu came close to Summisola and started chanting a dark incantation into Summisola's ears. This incantation fueled the hatred more in Summisola's heart, as she now was convinced that the prince was rightfully hers. Erelu then said to Summisola, "Use this on her when you get home, and you will get what you want. But remember, there are consequences." Summisola did as she was told and headed back for the village to take on her plot. As Adunola continued to enjoy her newfound royal life, Summisola continued to delve deeper into forbidden arts, learning the secrets of manipulation and dark magic from Erelu. With each passing day, Summisola's power grew. Then it was time for her to hatch her sinister plan to cast a spell on Prince Ade to make him doubt his love that he felt for Princess Adunola. Adunola, now a princess with maids at her beck and call, still enjoyed the art of cooking and would not let any maid cook for her husband. She always enjoyed preparing a meal for Prince Ade. Summisola knew that cooking was a hobby for Adunola and decided to use it against her. Adunola will see. One evening, as Adunola was preparing a lavish feast for her husband, Summisola seized the opportunity. She hid behind the shadows, then cast a spell on the food, infusing it with a subtle enchantment that would slowly poison Prince Ade's mind against his beloved wife Adunola. Unaware of the dark forces at play, Adunola served the meal with a smile, hoping to delight her husband. However, as days went by, a subtle rift began to form between Princess Adunola and Prince Ade. He started to question her actions, doubting her intentions, and the once harmonious palace began to feel the discord between Adunola and Prince Ade. While Adunola struggled to understand the sudden change in her husband's attitude towards her, Summisola enjoyed the chaos she had unleashed. The seed of discord had been planted, and there was always quarrel between Adunola and Prince Ade. They were no longer as happy as they were before. One day, Summisola came visiting, pretending to care about her friend, and asked Adunola why she was not happy. And Princess Adunola opened up to her friend while crying. Then Summisola slipped a white substance into a cup of water and gave it to Princess Adunola to drink, assuring her that drinking the water will calm her nerves. But as soon as she drank it, Princess Adunola passed out. When Princess Adunola woke up, she found herself in her room and she was confused about everything. Then she went to look for her husband and saw him in loving embrace with her friend Summisola. In the period she slumped, she had passed out for 2 days, and Summisola had served Prince Ade a love portion in his food. After he ate the food, he turned his love towards Summisola and disliked his wife Prince Adunola the more. As Princess Adunola watched her friend's betrayal, tears rolled down her cheeks, and her friend smiled wickedly at her while holding Prince Ade. As soon as Prince Ade sighted his wife Adunola, he shouted at her and asked her to leave his sight immediately, and then reminded her that he will be taking Summisola as his second wife. This news hurt Adunola so much that she cried and cried. Adunola then left the palace and went home to inform her parents of what was going on. Adunola's parents were not happy and then went to Summisola's parents' house to tell them of what their daughter were doing. The two parents came to the palace and warned Summisola of her evil ways. Summisola refused to listen. She even refused to listen to her own mother. Her parents left her, telling her that one day she would face the music of her actions. Summisola laughed and ignored her parents' warning. In the wake of Summisola's deceit, Princess Adunola found herself in the midst of a cruel betrayal. As tears rolled down her cheeks, she discovered the extent of her friend's betrayal. Prince Ade was now under the influence of a love potion and had turned his affection towards Summisola, and the once joyous palace now echoed a heartbreak. Determined to uncover the truth, Adunola sought the counsel of a wise woman who was also a healer in the ways of herbs and potion. The healer, with a knowing look, revealed the mysterious effect of Summisola's spell on the prince and told Summisola that she would help her break this spell. Adunola was resolved to break the enchantment that held her husband Prince Ade captive. The wise woman then gave Adunola an antidote to drink and told her to wear the necklace that the prince gave her on the first day they met, and that once he spots the necklace, the spell will break off. Adunola, armed with the antidote, returned back to the palace, determined to claim her love. But as she approached Prince Ade, there was tension in the air. Summisola immediately spotted Princess Adunola and asked the servant to take Adunola away. There was a struggle, but eventually one of the guards unintentionally pushed Princess Adunola on the floor and she fell and passed out. When Prince Ade got to the scene, he was very angry to see Princess Adunola there and wanted to go and meet her on the floor to scold her the more. But on getting close to Adunola, he spotted the necklace he had given her the first day he met her on her neck. As his eyes saw the necklace, light glittered and everything that was been done to him shattered. The spell broke, his eyes cleared. It seems as if scale fell out of his eyes and he could see clearly and remember that Princess Adunola was his beloved wife and princess. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Prince Ade gazed at his wife on the floor with remorse and sorrow and begged her to forgive him. Adunola stood up and both she and her husband faced Summisola Summisola, now exposed in her deceit, faced the consequences of her wicked action. The love potion spell had broken. Prince Ade's heart had returned back to its rightful place with Adunola. The palace that was once shrouded in darkness witnessed the triumph of love over betrayal. Prince Ade was now free from the enchantment, and he sincerely apologized to his wife. Together, they confronted Summisola, exposing her jealously fueled plots and deceit. Summisola was stripped of all her ill-gotten gains and faced banishment from the palace. When the villagers heard the truth of what Summisola had done, they banished her from the village, and her parents also asked her never to return home again. And so, Adunola and Prince Ade continued their journey hands in hands, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead of them. If you enjoyed our stories and want us to create more stories for you, please like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel, as this will help us to create more stories for you to enjoy. See you in the next story.